News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys.
Have your rain gear handy as we're tracking showers and storms rolling in this afternoon. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, the Fulton County Grand Jury recommending charges against South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham. We'll hear from him. Plus, how a new program is helping Georgians after severe weather. And later, a family's tragedy becomes a beacon of hope. How one couple's loss is changing the lives in their community. Details as your #1 source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Gabbichstock. Coverage you can count on begins with new information from a grand jury report here in Georgia. The panel recommended charges for South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, among others, in connection with the 2020 election. Taylor Farmer spoke with the senator. She leads us off today.
The full report was released today outlining charging recommendations for involvement in suspected election interference. Senator Lindsey Graham was in Westminster today speaking at the South Carolina Applefest Rotary Luncheon, but before heading into the building, he spoke with us about the grand jury report.
Very worried about the country right now.
As a current U.S. Senator and chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, he says he did his job when he voted to certify the election in all states, including Georgia. Senator Graham says he did not find evidence of mass voter fraud, but did have concerns about the mail-in ballot system.
This is troubling for the country. We can't criminalize senators doing their job when they have a constitutional requirement to fulfill. It would be irresponsible for me, in my opinion, as chairman of the committee, not to try to find out what happened.
Senator Graham says he fears the legal system in our country is being used as a political tool. Surprised that these charges were recommended against you?
Yeah, I was totally surprised, because I thought I made it pretty clear that my phone call was to find out what I should be doing as a senator. I never suggested anybody set aside the election. I never said go find votes. I never said anything other than trying to find out how the mail-in balloting system worked, and I was really confused, and I still am, quite frankly.
Senator Graham testified in front of the special grand jury in November of 2022. He told us it lasted a couple of hours and says he told the truth as he knew it to be. He said to suggest he is part of a scheme to overturn the 2020 election makes no sense.
United States Senator, you owe it to your constituents to be able to explain yourself in one of the most high-profile elections maybe in U.S. history. So I feel comfortable with my vote to certify the election. I feel comfortable with the questions I ask. And at the end of the day, I did my job. And today that becomes criminalized is very bad for the country.
This is the same grand jury that indicted former President Donald Trump and 18 others, all pleaded not guilty. In Greenville, Taylor Farmer.
And we have an update on one of the 18 defendants who's facing charges in the Georgia election case. A U.S. district judge in Atlanta has denied a request by Mark Meadows to move his case to federal court. He ruled that Meadows must fight those charges in state court instead. He said that his actions were taken as a part of his role as the chief of staff of then President Trump. His lawyers had argued, since he was a federal official at the time, those charges should be heard in federal court. The United States Department of Agriculture has launched a new pilot program to help people in rural Georgia repair their homes if they are damaged in severe weather. The USDA officials say that this new program will make it easier for people to access loans and grants in order to repair their homes. To be eligible, the home must be in a rural area and in a presidentially declared disaster area. As a part of this pilot program, the USDA is making a number of changes, such as lowering the minimum age from 62 to 18 for eligible homeowners and lower the cost of relocating mobile homes. Applications must be submitted directly to the Rural Development State Office. The Charlie Norwood VA Medical Center is having a big job fair today. They're looking for nurses, physicians, and other healthcare providers. If you plan to go, take at least 5 copies of your resume, 3 references, 2 forms of ID, and a copy of your work license. It's from 8 until 4, and you'll need to go through the main entrance near the ER. And There could be jobs offers on the spot, too. People are lacing up their shoes for Augusta University's annual Tunnel to Towers 5K. The event gives people a chance to honor the lives lost in the 9/11 terror attacks. If you're not into running, don't worry. There's something for everyone, like guest speakers, a vendor village, and so much more. It starts at 8 on the Somerville campus. Augusta Mayor Garnett Johnson and North Augusta Mayor Britton Williams are going head-to-head in the 3rd annual Trash Bash at the Border Challenge. Whichever city picks up the most trash and has the most volunteers will win the Mayor's Cup. They'll have 2 hours to get it done, starting at 9 o'clock. North Augusta's meetup spot is at the Riverfront Amphitheater, and Augusta's is at the Jesse Norman Amphitheater at the Riverwalk. Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now with a quick check of the forecast. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, and it is a good morning to pick up some trash and beautify the area, but you want to get it done this morning because things are going to change this afternoon. But right now, looking at our Terry Lindbergh Hyundai Skyview cam over at Doctor's Hospital, we've got the sun trying to peek through there with a layer of clouds in front, but it's there, just a mix of sun and clouds. Our satellite and radar, you can see those clouds there on the satellite, and way to our east, got some showers and storms towards South Carolina coast, but for us, just a mixture of clouds right now. Temperature-wise, a little on the cooler side, 65, we'll take it here in Augusta, 66 in Saluda. Good morning to you in Wrightsville, where it's a little bit warmer at 70. So your outlook for today, again, the morning's going to be good. Get out there, get everything done that you need to outside. Temperatures in those 70s. But then after lunch, that's when it's going to start changing as we're tracking showers and storms rolling in throughout the afternoon and evening. But the good news, it's going to keep those temperatures at bay, so in the 80s, so a little trade-off there. So need the rain gear handy, but on the cooler side. So I'll let you know what all you can expect for this stormy weekend ahead, and also we'll take a check on what's going on in the tropics coming up. Back to you, Sean.
On the cooler side, I like it, Sherry. Thank you. A local nonprofit working to eliminate poverty and violence needs your help. Roxanne Cobb and some of the 4E members join us on the Red Couch to talk about how you can help. Hey, y'all. I see y'all. See you in a bit.
It got here fast. It flew by. 25 wonderful years here at News Channel 6, and it's hard to believe that we've reached this milestone, but I knew probably within the first month of being here that Augusta and the CSRA, that's a place I wanted to make a life. I am eternally grateful for the privilege of being able to come in your home every single day, every single night. I will never take it for granted. It means the world.
Wow, get ready for the fall season at Carolina Pottery. Decorate on a budget with great deals on a full selection of fall and Halloween decor, including pumpkins, flowers, ribbon, flags, and more. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
Have you checked out Interiors Market by Weinberger's Furniture yet? If not, you're missing unique furniture, mattresses, and accessories different than all of those other stores. You're missing great customer service and the backing of a 91-year-old family-owned company. You're missing sale prices and specials throughout the entire store. You're missing ever-changing inventory ready for immediate delivery. Come shop Interiors Market today and see what you've been missing. And don't forget to ask about our grand opening coupon.
Here today, gone too soon. And only Firehouse Subs.
Looking for fabulous fall decor for your home and outdoor spaces? Carolina Pottery has everything you need for the season, all at unbeatable prices. Signs, pillows, wreaths, home accents, you name it, we've got it. Visit carolinapottery.com or a store near you.
A local nonprofit working with teenagers in Wilkes County needs help for their first ever youth camping event. Roxanne Cobb joins me to talk about 4E and how you can help. Roxanne, it's great to see you again.
You also.
Okay, and I see you got some friends with you.
Yes, I do. I have
Jasmine, Jocelyn,
Malaysia.
Oh, okay, and Rico looked like he's the clown though. All right, so this camping trip is going to be in Washington on October 7th and 8th, right?
Yes.
Okay, before we get into that, we were here last year, but if folks missed our conversation, tell us about 4E and what you do for the kids out there.
Okay, 4E is based in Washington, Georgia now. I hope to spread it out among other counties soon. We are a local nonprofit. focusing on eliminating intergenerational poverty and gang violence through our 4 E's: educate, empower, expose, and encourage for excellence.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead.
And 4E is right now growing, and I'm thankful that it's growing, but I need some people to help me volunteer for it and help me with these youth.
Okay, sounds good. So what has changed since last year to this point?
Well, we came last year to go to Disney World. We did go to Disney World.
Oh, y'all had fun?
We did. I took some of these 17 youth we took to Disney World. I've also been in the Make Startups program at the Clubhouse at the Georgia Cyber Center. And my mentor, Michael Newton Jr., has really showed me how to run a business. I knew I loved youth. I didn't know how to run a business.
Oh, okay.
But being in the Make Startups program has taught me how to run a successful business.
Good for you. Yeah, so let's talk about this camping trip. It's going to be in Washington. What will be involved?
We would go to the Girl Shows Campground in Washington, Georgia. It's a new campground in Washington. We would go at 7 o'clock on October the 7th, and we'll stay for 24 hours, and we'll leave October 8th at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so what kind of events will you guys be doing?
We will be doing constellations, studying the stars. We will be doing, we'll make walking tacos. So we'll teach them how to cook on camping trips. We'll teach them how to set up tents. We'll teach them how to take the tents down, how to wash the dishes. I have my marketing manager, Catherine Bitchard. She's from the Clubhouse also. She is going to volunteer with me because she does Boy Scouts. And Mr. Harrison from the RYDC in Washington is also volunteering.
Wow, so you're getting the kids out of Washington and Wilkes County and getting them to experience something else.
Yes, because none of them have been camping before.
Wow.
I'm 51 and I hadn't been camping before.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I've been camping a couple of times with the Boy Scouts, but
no.
Yeah, that's not, they're Malaysia. So tell me why you want to be a part of 4E and what this means for you.
I want to be a part of 4E because we go on a lot of trips and we do a lot of stuff.
Okay, and what's your favorite thing that you've done so far?
Probably when we came here last time.
Ah, okay. That's a cop out. You know, you could have chose something else.
Right.
But think about it really hard. It's okay. Conversation between two friends.
We went to Splash in the Burrow last time. We went to Splash in the Burrow, and that was fun.
Okay. So, this organization really getting you to try new things, you would say?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So, Roxanne, if folks want to support you guys, tell us how they can do that.
They can go on our website, which is 4E Youth, www.4eyouth. You can go to LinkedIn, which is 4E Youth, the number 4, E Youth. Facebook is the number 4, E Youth. And we have Instagram. And I'm trying to look for volunteers, donors, partners, sponsors, anything.
Yeah.
We're looking
Just go to your website or your social media and connect with you there.
Yes.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, thank you for joining me. And y'all, thank you for being here.
What y'all say?
You're welcome.
Thank you for having
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you for having us.
All right, y'all. No problem. And we'll be right back.
Weather headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys. This Friday night at 7:30 at the Center of Hope Shelter. Drop off your non-perishable food items or donate online at SalvationArmyAugusta.org. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Saturday morning to you. We've got our sunrise here on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Network cam, but unfortunately the sun is getting covered up right now by a layer of clouds. We've got some stratus there, looks like some stratocumulus, but still beautiful and giving us some colors there in the sky, and it's going to stick that way for the next couple of hours, kind of a mix of sun and clouds. But the good news, temperature is a little on the cooler side, 65 degrees, winds nice and calm. Right here in Augusta, no issues with visibility, but there is some spots on the map and low-lying areas that might have some fog to contend with this morning. Looking at our satellite radar, so we've got this low pressure system along with a stationary front just overhead that's going to cause us to have some unstable stable conditions later on this afternoon. Right now, just dealing with some clouds. All the moisture is well off the coast, but we do have showers and storms coming up in the forecast. But let's take a look at the tropics real quick, as we've got two systems right now, almost on the same layer of latitude there. So first off, we have Tropical Storm Margot here. It is right now at 45-mile-per-hour winds. No issues there with Margot. We'll have some strengthening over the weekend into next week. Will likely become a hurricane, but the good news is it's likely just going to be a fish storm, no impacts to the U.S. However, we have Hurricane Lee here right now at a Category 3 with winds at 115 miles per hour. Experiencing some shear right now that's weakening the system a little bit, so it will drop down to a Cat 2 over the weekend, but strengthening will resume later on next week. Still unsure on the exact track of Lee, as we have lots of things between the Bermuda High and also our jet stream that can impact the steering of the system, but still going to keep an eye on this and see if we have any impacts to the U.S. coming up next week. Our farmers forecast back at home, much improvements here from last weekend. We're down to just a little sliver of Saluda County in the first level of drought, so that's great news there, as we did pick up some rain yesterday, and we will pick up some more today, as we're at a 40% chance of rain and over 47 inches of rain for the year. Yesterday, we did pick up almost half an inch here in Augusta, so looking good, and got more on the way. So let's look at what we have in store for today with our futurecast. So there's those clouds we're experiencing this morning. As we move into the lunch hour, I'm going to say we're going to be mostly dry. Most of this is going to stay well to the east of the area, but Bamberg, Allendale County might see some sprinkles there around lunchtime, but it's looking like the most of the impacts is going to stay just to our east in the Midlands of South Carolina, but you can't rule out some pop-up showers and storms there when we get into the afternoon hours. And then as we move later into the afternoon, into the evening, that's when it's going to be more of a scattered event. Again, not widespread, but we want to pay attention to these isolated cells here, as things could get a little severe there with some heavy rain and winds that will continue throughout the afternoon and evening hours, and then we'll clear out overnight with just some clouds overnight. And then Sunday morning, kind of wash and repeat. We still have that instability present in the atmosphere, so pop-up showers and storms in the afternoon on Sunday are possible as well. So looking at a pretty wet and stormy weekend. We do have the first level of marginal risk of severe weather. That's throughout most of the Carolinas and into Georgia. So it is game day. So if you are traveling, we've got lots of home games here from Athens, Atlanta, Clemson to Columbia. All of those areas are included in that marginal threat. So definitely take your rain gear if you're heading to the games. From noon kickoffs all the way to tonight, we're looking at stormy skies and rain. So not the best football weather, but just have that rain gear handy as you cheer for your team. Again, with the pool planner, if you want to get some laps in, you're going to want to do it in the morning, because in the afternoon we're going to need to be weather aware. And of course, if you hear that thunder roar, you need to head indoors. So 10-day forecast, we've got that stormy weekend on tap, 40% chance of scattered showers and storms both for your Saturday and your Sunday. But the good news, the trade-off, we have the rain, but we get the cooler temps. Check it out, 80s all across the board for the next 10 days. And some lows in the 50s I spy there next weekend, Sean.
I like it, Sherry. Thank you. And BMW ditches plans for its controversial subscription service. What's trending is next.
Still thinking about multi-specialty clinic, providing excellence in wellness.
The all-new, state-of-the-art Taylor Hyundai is ready and now open to the public.
Tour our new facility and take advantage of doorbuster savings, summer bonus cash, rates as low as 3.49%, and no payments for 90 days on new Santa Fe's, Tucson's, Konas, and Elantras. Plus, Taylor Hyundai gives you no charge maintenance for 3 years and a lifetime powertrain warranty with every new purchase.
Come see the future at Taylor Hyundai, where you get a deal you'll feel good about.
If you want more out of life, this is for you. The Georgia Department of Corrections is now hiring for correctional officers. This is your chance for more. More opportunities, more rewarding, more than you think. Apply today.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending. BMW has dropped plans to force car owners to pay a subscription fee for heated seats. The automaker wanted to make customers pay $18 a month to unlock the feature on their vehicles. A BMW board member says most car buyers weren't willing to pay for that feature, so instead, the company will offer those heated seats and steering wheels as an optional package when customers buy a car.
Really? Like optional on a BMW?
Optional.
Like, come on. fun.
But $18 for heated seats, though, per month.
You pay enough for that car. It should be included.
I think so. Hopefully they won't charge based on the degree that you use your air conditioner.
Yeah, I use the cooled seats probably just as much as I do the heated seats, here. But I also like the heated seats, a little heating pad on your back some days.
Yeah. Fancy pants. I don't have the heated seats. I'll live vicariously through you, Sherry.
Oh, we'll get you a BMW.
Okay. Maybe we can talk to John about that. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, convicted killers escape, the massive manhunt that's underway. We have those details coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Whit Johnson is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good morning, Whit.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, a devastating earthquake in Morocco overnight, leaving more than 600 people confirmed dead and hundreds injured. We'll have more on the toll of the 6.8 magnitude quake as rescuers search for survivors in the rubble. Also coming up, the latest on the parenting influencer charged with child abuse, Ruby Franke appearing in court as we learn about the reported missed warning signs over the years. And finally, the sights and sounds from the U.S. Open. What's next for Novak Djokovic in the tournament? And looking ahead to Coco Gauff's face-off later today in her first U.S. Open final. That's all ahead right here on GMA.
Zaxby's handwritten. Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
And we're starting the bottom of the hour a little bit early today. It's 7:29. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock. The convicted murderer who escaped from a Pennsylvania prison last week is still on the run. The corrections officer on duty when he escaped has been fired. Daria Albinger has more.
More than 350 officers searching in the air, on the ground, even on horseback, for convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante. They're focusing on a roughly 8-square-mile area of Chester County, Pennsylvania, outside of Philadelphia. Law enforcement posting up on an overpass with guns ready after a possible sighting Friday afternoon. There have been several sightings of Cavalcante since the 34-year-old managed to break out of the Chester County prison on August 31st. Video showing him crab walking up a prison wall before he pushed past prison wire and escaped from the roof. Prison guard who was on duty in the observation tower when Cavalcante made the daring escape has now been fired. Chester County officials say the unnamed officer was an 18-year veteran at the prison.
What I'm thinking is he's somewhere in here and I don't want him slipping through it.
On Friday, authorities taking reporters into the search command center, showing the tools they're using to try and find Cavalcante.
He's desperate. He's on the run. He does not want to be recaptured.
Mother of two, Sue Boyd, says her kids are anxious and some parents are fearful of leaving their children at the school bus stop.
Very frustrating. We just want to see an end to this.
Cavalcante was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his ex-girlfriend. ABC News has learned Cavalcante has evaded capture once before, wanted for murder in his native Brazil. Officials say he hid in the jungle, eventually fleeing to the U.S. But police are confident they'll get him.
We're going to capture him. It's just a matter of time.
Daria Albinger, ABC News, New York.
And Sherry joins us again. So it's sunny this morning, but a chance of showers later on.
Yes, and possibly some storms too. So definitely want to be weather aware today, as it could get a little hairy here later. But right now it's looking beautiful on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam in Waynesboro. Good morning to you. You have that beautiful sunrise there, bright beaming sun with just a few clouds in there for you. Then Waynesboro, it's also 67 degrees for you, 65 here in Augusta. Warmer spot Edgefield at 68 degrees and Sparta alike. So feeling a little on the cooler side today thanks to that cloud cover that we can see here on the satellite radar moving through the eastern side of the CSRA. So a little mix of sun and clouds for us this morning. But your forecast at a glance, we've kind of got the split forecast for today. So this morning, looking at a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in those upper 60s to 70s. But then this afternoon, that's when the showers and storms are going to move through. The good news, though, it will keep those temperatures on the cooler side, so in the 70s to 80s this afternoon. So I'll talk about all you can expect for this stormy weekend ahead and also what's going on in the tropics coming up. Back to you, Sean.
All right, Sherry, sounds good. Thank you. A North Carolina family makes sure teen moms have what they need to make sure their babies thrive. John Lee tells us about the Passion Project, born out of love and pain.
The guess we might have to carry.
The more you give, the more you receive. For this family, that simple truth has never been truer.
It just brings incredible joy into my life.
Lori and Dale Levin took inventory of their lives, and this happened.
3 car seat, stroller. Let me just double check. It makes my heart happy that we're able to provide and assist these young moms. All right.
Every Thursday, the Allie and Aiden Foundation rolls out a carload of baby essentials.
Good.
They smile ear to ear as they go door to door with supplies and support.
We are linked with these young moms through social workers in the Charlotte region.
Wendy is 19 with a 3-month-old Samantha. The Levins talk to Wendy using a translation app.
I feel very grateful, really, because they have been angels in my journey. They have been things that would have been much more difficult for me to obtain.
Thank you. You're so sweet. So when we see these young moms, a lot of them don't understand why a stranger would want to help them out.
At home, they pointed out exactly why they do it.
That's Aiden.
He loved dump trucks and dinosaurs and riding his bike.
He was just the most amazing little human I've ever met.
Allison and Aiden were inseparable.
Daughter Allie was 17 when she gave birth to their grandson. She wanted to be a social worker someday, but that day never came.
And to lose both of them at the same time was absolutely devastating for us.
In June of 2021, both were killed in a head-on crash on NC 16 in Newton. The Highway Patrol said Allie may have fallen asleep at the wheel. She was 20, Aiden just 3. When the family thought about how to pay homage to them, creating a nonprofit was fitting.
It's just a natural thing for Allison to help people, and what better way to honor them.
As they make the rounds, they can see a little bit of Allie and Aiden with each of these young families, and that brings more comfort than they'll ever know. In less than a year, the Allie and Aiden Foundation has connected with 261 moms.
It's heavy. We're here to support you.
Allie would definitely say we're extras.
There's that. We would like to be that support system for these young moms. All right, thank you. Bye. I'll provide them with support and also create a legacy for Allie and Aiden. We want them not to be forgotten. They were...
Lori paused for nearly 10 seconds that said so much. That moment speaks to the emotions of a grieving mom.
They were loved. And we want their memory to live on.
You're so sweet.
Every little face gives them a moment of clarity.
Is this what makes it all worthwhile for you doing this?
Absolutely.
Aiden's blanket in the living room is a constant reminder. The memories are Lori and Dale's comfort blanket.
We want to remember those times, even as hard as they are.
And you don't need a phone app to understand that.
But they have helped me a lot because sometimes we can't meet all the expenses.
Okay, you're welcome. Oh, you're so sweet.
In Charlotte.
Bye, sweet girl.
John Lee.
Bye, sweet girl.
Great job. A South Carolina man loses thousands of dollars after his local post office was vandalized. What's being done to solve the issue?
The line
Evolve today for a better us. Have you checked out Interiors Market by Weinberger's Furniture yet? If not, you're missing unique furniture, mattresses, and accessories different than all of those other stores. You're missing great customer service in the backing of a 91-year-old family-owned company. You're missing sale prices and specials throughout the entire store. You're missing ever-changing inventory ready for immediate delivery. Come shop Interiors Market today and see what you've been missing. And don't forget to ask about our grand opening coupon.
No matter where your prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
For your Saturday morning, we're starting off with a mix of sun and clouds, but things are going to start changing this afternoon. But right now on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam over at Augusta Regional, you can see we've got some blue skies there, a little tinge, some pastels in there from reflection of the sun. But notice the winds are nice and calm, so nothing to contend with there wind-wise. Temperatures in the lower to mid-60s, so feeling pretty good out there. No issues with visibility, just a nice Saturday morning for us across the southeast. We've got lots of cooler temperatures here, so 65 here in Augusta, 69 in what's supposed to be hot Atlanta, so a little bit warmer, 67 in Birmingham, and then of course in Texas, still on the warmer side, as they still have heat advisories in effect today, so still dealing with the heat in that direction. But for us, it's going to stay on the cooler side today, and that's because we've got this low pressure system and this stationary front just to our north, so that's going to cause us to have some instability in the environment and also stirring up some moisture from the Gulf. So right now, keeping it nice and clear, but we will have some showers and storms pop up later on this afternoon. But let's take a turn to the tropics as we have two named storms right now. We have Tropical Storm Margot here, is currently at 45 mile per hour winds, moving to the west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Good news with Margot, even though there's going to be strengthening and possibly a hurricane later on this weekend into earlier next week, it's going to be just a fish storm. No impacts to the U.S. are expected. However, Hurricane Lee is now at a Cat 3, so experiencing some shear here. As you can see this ridging here on the satellite there, that means it's experiencing shear, which is going to cause it to lose some strength over the weekend. However, then it's going to really pack a punch later on as it gains strength. But the good news is it looks like it's going to stay well north of the Leeward Islands, just causing some rip currents and some high surf to this area. But now it's too soon to see if there's going to be any direct impacts to the U.S. as we have the Bermuda High and also our jet stream that can impact the steering of this storm. But right now, just hanging out there, and we'll continue to track it and see what happens over the next week. Back at home with our farmers forecast, much improvements from last week as we are now looking good in Barnwell, Bamberg, and Allendale counties, just Saluda County in that first level of drought. So that rain, much needed rain, has really benefited that neck of the woods. And today we have a 40% chance of rain, so hopefully get some more in the gauge and get them out of that drought. So let's look at what we have to expect with our future cast. So we've got those clouds hanging around this morning. Then once we move into the noon hour, I think it's going to stay to the east of the CSRA, but might have some pop-up showers and storms in our eastern lying counties in Bamberg and Allendale. But then as we move into the afternoon, that's where we're going to start to see those showers and storms really start to fire up. But most of it's going to stay to the east of us in the Midlands of South Carolina. But as you can see, it's definitely going to be scattered in nature throughout the afternoon. The main concern I have is you look at these isolated cells down here, could be severe in nature. So not a widespread event, but where it is, it could be pretty severe with some heavy rain and winds. And then as we continue into the overnight hours, we'll start to see some clearing with just clouds, and then Sunday kind of wash and repeat. We'll see those showers and storms peppered in there throughout the afternoon and evening hours. So not a total washout, not a widespread event, but definitely possible in several areas. So we do have a severe weather outlook, a marginal risk throughout most of Georgia and the Carolinas. So if you're traveling today to any of the football games, definitely have that rain gear handy and be weather aware, as all areas from Athens to Columbia, we're expecting rain and showers for all of those games. And with your pool planner, want to get those laps in early. It's going to be nice and cool and mix of sun and clouds in the morning, but then in the afternoon, that's when we're expecting those showers and storms. And that's going to be the same case throughout the weekend. Temperatures in the 80s, but showers and storms in mainly the afternoon hours. So your 10-day forecast, we've got a stormy weekend on tap, but check out those below average temperatures in the 80s for the next 10 days. That's your forecast, and we'll be right back.
You make 600. Have a good college football Saturday. We're headed to Athens.
Yep. So long, everybody.
All right, fellas, thank you. Well, today the Georgia Bulldogs will once again face a team they've never met before in the Ball State Cardinals. Right now, they have 28 straight regular season victories. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp was asked this week if he had any advice for Coach Kirby Smart and the Bulldogs. Take a listen.
Well, like I tell everybody in politics, do not get distracted with all these things. Stay focused on what you're going to do for people. I think that's Georgia's biggest challenge this year, is not to get distracted with what's happened in the past. This is a whole new team. You know, everybody's record was the same when the year started. We got one win under our belt, and they just need to grind it away every week, keep everybody healthy, and keep getting better. And I think they will. They got a great team. The schedule's not great this year, so You know, they won't get tested too much, but we'll see how they do when we get a little later in the fall.
And kickoff is at noon in Athens. We're coming up at 9 o'clock on Good Morning Augusta. Local medical experts are working for better care for women going through menopause. We'll have those details coming up after Good Morning America.
Weather headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by Jamie Casino Injury Attorneys. The Line 5 for 6 mobile app. Download it today.
Davis on Deansbridge is your one-stop shop for everything home. Update your bedroom suite or mattress set today. We offer no credit-needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the top brands at the lowest prices, visit us at Davis Appliance and Furniture.
Over the last 24...
.com, Facebook, or Instagram.
Every day is a miracle.
At Davis Appliance and Furniture, we have the best deals in town. It's the perfect time to update your living space with a new sectional or get that big TV you've always wanted. We offer no credit-needed financing and delivery options to meet your needs. For the top brands at the lowest prices, visit Davis Appliance and Furniture.
So you know, a little compassion can go a long way. A Kansas driver was pulled over by a Johnson County Sheriff's deputy, and he admitted he was having a hard time in his personal life. He just had one request. Can I get a hug? The deputy said, yeah, choosing to embrace over a ticket. And there he goes, oh, bring it in. And his message for the driver, it'll get better. Yes, it will. We can all use a hug, Sherry.
We all can use a hug, yes. Need a little hug over this forecast because it's going to be a little stormy this weekend. So definitely be weather aware as you're out and about with your outdoor plans, maybe watching some football. Just have your rain gear handy, but enjoy the cooler temperatures. So that's a nice little hug, right?
Yeah, I like that. For y'all, thank you for joining us. We're back at 9 o'clock. I hope you'll join us then. Go Gamecocks.